Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic and collectible U.S. coins of all time, the Liberty United States of America Buffalo Nickel. These powerful coins, minted from 1913 to 1938, carry the spirit of American history, Native American heritage, and frontier adventure. But what makes them even more exciting is that some Buffalo nickels are worth hundreds, thousands, and even life-changing amount of money in today's coin market. In this video, we'll uncover the most valuable Buffalo nickel coins ever discovered, including rare dates, key mint marks like the famous 1913 Type 1 and Type 2 designs, the hard-to-find 1918 7/8 date, the legendary 1937 D3-legged buffalo, and surprising mint errors that collectors are desperate to find. Even a worn buffalo nickel in your old coin jar could be hiding a hidden treasure. So make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell, because you don't want to miss which buffalo nickels could turn your spare change into serious cash. Get ready. Your next rare coin discovery might be closer than you think. Thanks for watching. Moneybag Water Buffalo United States. Want me to create a YouTube description plus SEO tags for maximum search ranking? Below is an engaging 9-paragraph script written in my own words, with dramatic, storytelling tone without presenting unrealistic prices as factual. I frame the $1 million overnight fortune idea as legend, rumor, and collector myth, so the style stays powerful without spreading false information. In the world of American coin collecting, few pieces create the same magnetic pull as the 1936 Buffalo Nickel, a tiny coin that carries the heartbeat of a nation carved across its rugged surfaces. Collectors don't simply look at this nickel. They feel it, as though every scratch whispers stories of dusty prairies, old railroads, and the restless spirit of America's early century. And because of its mystique, people around the world have built legends around it, spreading tales that this humble 5-cent piece has the power to transform fate forever. Many new collectors hear dramatic claims, rumors that a rare 1936 Buffalo nickel can be worth millions, stories of a coin so special that it could pull anyone from the shadows of struggle straight into dazzling fortune. These stories often grow with every retelling, painting the coin as a silver key to overnight riches. While these myths aren't literal reality, they do reflect the truth that certain rare conditions, hidden errors, and pristine mint states can make the 1936 Buffalo nickel a powerful treasure in the right collector's hands. What truly makes the 1936 Buffalo nickel awe-inspiring is its design, a bold Native American portrait on one side, a mighty buffalo on the other. It isn't made from silver, but its emotional value often feels richer than gold. When collectors hold one, they don't just see a coin. They see a fragment of America's identity, a piece of artistry that will never again be crafted in the same raw, authentic style. Over the years, collectors have hunted tirelessly for certain rare versions. Coins with sharp strikes, perfect details, or unusual minting mistakes that slipped into circulation by accident. These rare survivors are the fuel behind the coin's legend. They turn a simple nickel into a celebrity, the kind of relic people imagine tucked in the drawer of forgotten estate, waiting to change someone's life. The 1936 proof versions, especially the elusive satin or brilliant varieties, are often spoken of in collector circles with almost sacred reverence. They were never meant to be handled casually, yet time has scattered them into unexpected places. Anyone discovering one today could feel as if destiny itself placed a coin into their palm, igniting stories of transformation and fortune. Even though not every 1936 Buffalo nickel is worth a fortune, the emotional thrill it inspires is priceless. Collectors don't chase this coin only for money. They chase it for history, for meaning, for the electrifying moment when their fingers close around a piece of the past. And that excitement, that pulse of possibility, is what makes the coin feel almost supernatural in its power. Across markets and auctions, extraordinary examples of the 1936 Buffalo nickel have fetched impressive sums, enough to make collectors dream bigger, search deeper, and look twice at every old penny jar resting on a dusty shelf. These moments create the myth of overnight wealth, the idea that one rare nickel might turn an ordinary person into someone extraordinary. So when people say this coin could change your fortune, they're tapping into a larger truth. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. A single find discovered by chance has rewritten many collector stories. The 1936 Buffalo nickel symbolizes a hope, small, simple, but carrying the echo of possibility inside its worn edges. In the end, the magic of the 1936 Buffalo nickel isn't just in its potential monetary value. It's in the way it captures imagination, sparks dreams, and makes every collector believe that hidden treasure truly exists. Whether stored in a private vault or resting quietly in a forgotten drawer, this iconic coin continues to inspire legends. Legends powerful enough to make anyone believe that a better future might be hidden in the smallest places. If you want, I can also write White Heavy Checkmark a YouTube video script version. White Heavy Checkmark a more dramatic or mysterious version. White Heavy Checkmark a version focused on actual market values and grading. Just tell me. Here's a fresh, engaging 9-paragraph script, written entirely in my own words with a dramatic and powerful style. I do not use any web sources, Google, Chrome, or external data, just original storytelling, while keeping the $1 million overnight fortune idea as a legend, myth, and collector fantasy, not factual pricing. There's a special kind of electricity that surrounds the 1929 Buffalo nickel, a coin that seems to carry the heartbeat of America tucked inside its metal. Even though it is not made of silver, people speak about it as if it holds the shine of destiny itself. Whispered stories follow this coin everywhere. Stories of unimaginable worth, of collectors paying fortunes, and of a simple 5-cent piece turning an ordinary person into someone extraordinary overnight. These tales don't come from price charts. They come from the magnetic legend that this coin has created over nearly a century. In the world of collecting, the 1929 Buffalo nickel stands as one of those pieces that refuses to fade into the background. It is bold, rugged, full of character, and rich with the wild spirit of early America. People don't just admire it. They respect it, almost as if it were a small piece of an ancient map that once guided the country forward. This coin has inspired countless myths about secret riches because its very presence feels powerful and alive. Collectors especially adore the Native American portrait on the obverse. There's something fierce and timeless in those features, as though the face itself remembers the old winds, old stories, and old struggles of a lost world. On the reverse, the mighty buffalo stands like a silent guardian, strong, patient, never moving, yet full of life. Together, the two sides give this coin a soul, a personality, and a depth that make it unforgettable. Over time, rare versions of the 1929 Buffalo nickel have become legends of their own. Coins with sharp strikes, coins that somehow survived untouched, coins with minting quirks that slipped into circulation by accident. These rare survivors are the myth makers. They give birth to the idea that somewhere hidden in a drawer or in an old box of forgotten change, there might be a version so valuable that it could rewrite a person's future in a single moment. This is where the stories of $1 million Buffalo nickels come from. While not literal, these tales capture a powerful truth. Certain rare pieces create emotional shockwaves in the collecting world. The thought of finding a hidden treasure becomes irresistible, and the 1929 nickel becomes a symbol of hope that maybe, just maybe, a life-changing discovery is waiting to be found by someone unsuspecting. There are collectors who have spent decades searching for perfect conditions. Sharp details, untouched surfaces, mirror-like examples produced in small batches, or unusual minting errors that make a coin one of a kind. Even though the 1929 Buffalo nickel is common in worn condition, it becomes a completely different creature in high grade, glowing like a survivor from another era. That is when the magic begins. When the coin stops being a simple nickel and turns into an artifact worth fighting for. Markets react to this kind of rarity with passion. Extraordinary examples of Buffalo nickels, especially from iconic dates like 1929, have sparked intense bidding wars, driven emotional collectors into a frenzy, and created moments that feel almost unreal. These moments fuel the belief that a single find can tilt a person's world, making them feel as though wealth and destiny are hidden in the tiniest corners of everyday life. That is why people say this coin can change your fortune overnight. They don't mean the metal itself is miraculous. They mean the story behind it is powerful. It represents possibility. It represents the excitement of discovery. It represents the idea that even the smallest objects can carry giant secrets if we dare to look closely enough. The 1929 Buffalo nickel has become a symbol of that dream. In the end, the true value of the 1929 Buffalo nickel lies not only in its rarity, design, or age, but in the emotion it awakens. It invites collectors into a world where history, hope, and imagination blend into something unforgettable. Whether resting quietly in a drawer or shining under the bright lights of an auction, this coin continues to inspire the belief that treasure still exists, and sometimes it hides inside the smallest piece of metal ever struck by the hands of history. If you want, I can also write. Fire a 1-minute YouTube intro script. Fire a storytelling version with mystery and suspense. Fire a version focused only on rare varieties. Just tell me. Below is your 9-paragraph, engaging, powerful, and fully original script about the 1923 Buffalo nickel, written in dramatic storytelling style. I will not take information from Google or any website. This is crafted entirely in my own words. I also avoid presenting unrealistic claims as factual. Instead, I present them as legends and collector myths, so your script remains exciting. The 1923 Buffalo nickel stands as a silent legend in American coin history, a tiny artifact that carries the rugged spirit of an era long gone. Collectors don't see it as just a 5-cent piece. They see it as a symbol of the wild, untamed America that shaped its identity through grit, courage, and determination. Whenever this coin appears, it commands attention, as though it still holds the pulse of the past inside its worn metal. Over the years, this coin has gained a reputation that borders on myth. Rumors swirl in collector circles, whispers saying that a rare 1923 Buffalo nickel can hold unimaginable worth, that a single pristine piece could turn someone into a millionaire overnight. These stories aren't meant to be taken as literal truth, but they reflect how deeply collectors value the rarest survivors of this iconic series. The belief in its life-changing power is part of the magic that keeps its legend alive. What makes the 1923 Buffalo nickel so captivating is the way it carries the soul of America in its design. The determined face of Native American chief on one side and the mighty buffalo on the other aren't just images. They're living reminders of a time when the frontier was still fresh in memory. Even though the coin is not made of silver, its emotional value often feels brighter than precious metal, and collectors treasure it like a piece of national art. As decades passed, most 1923 nickels were worn down in pockets and cash registers, their details fading with time. But few rare examples, sharp, crisp, and beautifully struck, managed to escape the wear of the world. These exceptional pieces are the ones that fuel the dramatic stories, the ones collectors dream of discovering buried in an old box, forgotten at the bottom of a drawer, waiting to rewrite someone's destiny. Some rare minting errors from this year, misstrikes, double details, or improperly polished dies, have become object of obsession for experts. These unusual pieces turn the modest nickel into something truly extraordinary, and they create the myth that one lucky find could unlock a doorway to fortune. It's that small possibility, that glimmer of what if, that keeps the hunt alive. Even though not every 1923 Buffalo nickel is worth a fortune, the thrill of searching for one with extraordinary qualities gives a coin an almost mystical aura. Collectors often say holding this coin feels like holding a small universe of history. Every dent, every curve, every faded line telling a story of hands it passed through and journeys it survived. Across auctions and private sales, rare examples of the 1923 Buffalo nickel have sparked bidding wars, sending excitement rippling through the coin community. These moments feed into the mythos that a single coin might carry the power to change someone's fortune overnight. While the stories are exaggerated, the emotion behind them is real. Collectors know that exceptional coins can rise far beyond expectations. The 1923 Buffalo nickel has become a symbol of hope for many treasure hunters. People search old jars, trunks, and forgotten places not just for money, but for the possibility that history might reward them with something remarkable. And this coin, with its rugged beauty and legendary reputation, encourages that dream to stay alive. In the end, the 1923 Buffalo nickel isn't just a piece of metal. It's a reminder that sometimes the smallest things hold the greatest stories. It inspires belief in hidden treasures, in unexpected fortune, and in the idea that history always has a few surprises left to reveal. whether resting in a collection or waiting quietly to be discovered. This iconic coin continues to capture imaginations and keep its legend burning bright. If you want, I can also create White Heavy checkmark a YouTube intro script. White Heavy checkmark a highly dramatic version. White Heavy checkmark a softer, historical version. Just tell me. Here is your engaging 9-paragraph script, written in my own words, dramatic, powerful, emotional, and not using Google or Chrome, and without presenting unrealistic prices as factual. I keep the $1 million overnight change idea as legendary storytelling, just like you prefer. There is something almost mystical about the 1924 Buffalo nickel, a small American coin that has grown into one of the most talked about legends in the world of collecting. People whisper about it the way they speak of hidden treasure, softly, with excitement trembling at the edges of their voice. This coin, born a century ago, carries a rugged heartbeat of America's early days, and that alone gives a glow far brighter than the 5 cents stamped on its face. Collectors often tell dramatic stories of a rare 1924 Buffalo nickel that could be worth unimaginable amounts. Stories of secret varieties, impossible conditions, and errors so rare that they're believed to be worth millions in today's market. These tales are more myth than reality, but they reflect something important. This coin is powerful enough to inspire dreams of life-changing fortune, the kind of overnight miracle people love to imagine. Even though the 1924 Buffalo nickel is not made of silver, its emotional weight feels richer than any precious metal. Holding one feels like holding a piece of America's old frontier. The grit, the bravery, the identity of a nation carved into a tiny circle of metal. The Native American portrait on the front isn't just a design. It's a face full of pride and history. And the buffalo on the back stands like a symbol of strength, endurance, and the wild freedom of the plains. Over the years, some rare 1924 nickels have surfaced in such perfect condition that collectors can't believe they survived untouched for 100 years. These extraordinary pieces give rise to the legend, coins that appear ordinary until someone looks closely and realizes they are holding a masterpiece worth far more than anyone expected. Moments like these fuel the belief that the 1924 Buffalo nickel might transform someone's life forever. What truly makes this coin irresistible is the possibility of rare minting errors or exceptionally sharp strikes. These hidden surprises are the heart of the legends, coins believed to be so rare that only fate could place one into your hands. These are the stories that make people believe this nickel has the power to change a person's fortune with a single discovery. Auction houses and private collectors have paid impressive sums for the finest versions of the 1924 nickel, giving life to the idea that this coin is a gateway to a new destiny. When a collector sees one in flawless condition, their heartbeat changes. Their eyes widen. They know they aren't just looking at a coin, they're looking at a symbol of opportunity. The kind of opportunity that doesn't come twice. Many people say that if you ever find a rare version of the 1924 Buffalo nickel, you should never let it go cheaply. This belief is passed down like a warning, a whisper caution. Don't underestimate this coin. Don't treat it like pocket change. It may be the key to a future you never imagined. This story is echoed through generations, making the coin feel like a charm of destiny. The myths surrounding the 1924 Buffalo nickel are not about literal millions. They're about hope. They're about the dream that something small, forgotten, or overlooked has the potential to rewrite your entire story. In a world full of uncertainties, this coin becomes a symbol of possibility, reminding collectors that miracles sometimes come in tiny, unexpected forms. And that is the true magic of the 1924 Buffalo nickel. It is more than metal, more than a coin, more than history. It is a spark, one that can ignite imagination, inspire dreams, and make anyone believe that fortune sometimes hides in the quietest corners of life. Whether resting in a drawer in an old pocket or discovered by chance, this iconic coin carries a legacy strong enough to make anyone believe. Here is your 9-paragraph, powerful, dramatic, fully original script about the 1927 Buffalo nickel, written in my own words, with that life-changing coin energy you want, without using Google, Chrome, or any website. All paragraphs, no points, no lists. The 1927 Buffalo nickel is one of those coins that doesn't just sit in a collector's hand. It vibrates with the old energy of America's past, as it remembers every dusty road, every frontier wind, and every dream carried by the people who once used it. There's something raw, something untamed in this small 5-cent piece that makes collectors believe it holds a destiny far greater than its humble value of long ago. When people call a fortune coin, they aren't just talking about money. They're talking about the feeling that this old nickel carries a secret power inside it. Legends swirl around this 1927 treasure, especially in collector circles where whispers turn into stories of the unbelievable. Many say that the rarest versions of this coin have unimaginable worth, enough to make someone wake up rich beyond belief. These stories grow stronger every time a pristine example surfaces at an auction and shocks the room. Whether true or exaggerated, these tales give the 1927 Buffalo nickel a mythical glow, the reputation of a coin that can flip a person's fate overnight. What gives a coin its magnetic charm is the artwork etched into it. A proud Native American profile on one side, and a mighty buffalo standing strong on the other. It looks like a tiny sculpture rather than a simple piece of currency. Though not made of silver, people often call it a silver fortune coin because its reputation shines brighter than metal ever could. When collectors look at it, they don't just see a coin, they see a relic carved from the heartbeat of America's early century. Some of the most desired pieces come from those rare, flawless strikes that survive time untouched. These exceptional coins ignite the imagination because they're the ones whispered about in stories, the ones collectors say could be worth millions in today's market. Whether or not any actually reach such heights, the symbol remains powerful. If you found one of those ultra-rare survivors, it could feel like destiny dropped a key to fortune right into your hand. Over the years, hidden errors, unusual markings, and unexpected minting quirks have only added more mystery to the 1927 Buffalo nickel. For collectors, these strange little imperfections are treasures, each one turning a simple nickel into a legendary artifact. Owning such a coin feels like holding a piece of forgotten history, something that slipped past ordinary eyes and waited decades for the right person to discover its value. The coin's age and story give an emotional weight that no modern coin can match. Imagine how many pockets it passed through, how many hands it touched, how many lives it brushed against before reaching you. That journey alone makes the 1927 Buffalo nickel feel alive, like it carries echoes of every story it encountered on its long path through time. That aura of adventure is why collectors guard it so fiercely. Whenever collectors discuss the coin, the same message is repeated with passionate certainty. Don't sell it cheap. They say that even coins that look ordinary at first glance may hide rare qualities only an expert eye can see. And that is where the legend grows. The idea that an unsuspecting owner might hold a coin capable of rewriting their future, if only they take a moment to truly understand its power. So when people call the 1927 Buffalo nickel a fortune changer, they aren't only imagining wealth, they're recognizing the coin's history of surprising those who underestimate it. Time and time again, old coins forgotten in drawers, boxes, or family trunks have resurfaced to reveal shocking value. The 1927 nickel sits at the center of those thrilling stories, always waiting for the next lucky discovery. In truth, the greatest power of the 1927 Buffalo nickel lies in its ability to spark dreams. It reminds us that treasure can hide in the smallest places, that history can sleep quietly in our own homes, and that sometimes a tiny object has the power to light up the imagination like nothing else. Whether worth a little or worth a fortune, the coin remains a symbol of hope, mystery, and possibility. Its spirit untouched by time, its legend growing stronger with every new pair of eyes that discovers it. If you want, I can also create. Fire a YouTube intro version. Fire a 1-minute short video script. Fire a more dramatic or mysterious version. Just tell me,